Hey assholes, Pat Ryerkey here, also known as the Patriarchy. All hail the Patriarchy, kicking social justice ass well into 2017. So, there's this new thing from Everyday Feminism, one of the worst sites on the internet, and they have an online training program for white people committed to racial justice. The name of this program is Healing from Toxic Whiteness. You can't make this shit up. They even have an enroll, or like, enroll now, enroll today, and get started immediately. Do you have to pay for this? Like, you pay for an online program that basically just shoves white guilt down your throat? Well, let's see. Maybe there's more to it. Maybe I'm not giving them their due credit. If there was ever a time in recent history for white people to take action to end racism, this is it. I'm not getting won over by that first sentence there. Trump's presidency has shaken white people's understanding of racism to its core. Really? Didn't do that for me. It's revealed what many people of color have known and been naming for generations. That the US has deeply normalized white supremacy and is built on a foundation of systemic oppression. That the US has deeply normalized white supremacy, really? We deeply normalized it, and we're built on a foundation of systemic oppression. All right, well, I guess you got me there. As a white person dedicated to social justice, you knew how racist Trump's campaign was. Not really, it wasn't that racist at all, actually. But perhaps you didn't know how capable so many white people, perhaps including your own family and friends, were of electing him. Uh-huh. So you're shaming people that voted for Trump, and you're telling the people in this class that they need to shame family members and friends. Like, oh my god, everyone who voted for Trump is a racist. What am I gonna do? If you think that way about your friends and loved ones, that like they're all racist, white supremacists because of politics and their opinion, you're an asshole. You're a fucking asshole for the most part. And that goes for anyway. Like, you're giving somebody shit for voting for anyone, really. If someone's like your family member, you may be finding yourself coming to terms with just how prevalent and harmful white supremacy is. God, every paragraph's just virtue signal, virtue signal, virtue signal, SJW buzzwords, bullshit talking points. And how your white privilege has kept you ignorant and in denial of this reality in the first place. Yes, my white privilege has just blinded me to all these things in the world. Thank you for enlightening me, everyday feminism. What would I do without you? So with Trump's policies starting to roll out, you know you want to be fighting alongside people of color. Not really. I don't really care what color you are. I judge people on the basis of their character. But you also know that you may feel frozen in place by the feelings of shock, confusion, denial, and guilt that many white people have been dealing with since the election. I don't have an ounce of white guilt, actually. I fucking love being white. I loved being white before the election. I love being white during the election. And I especially love being white now because you guys are just, like, trying to attack my whiteness. And I'm over here like, not phased, bitches. I got, like, force fields and shit. Your white guilt kryptonite ain't gonna work on me. It's understandable for white people to have those feelings as they begin to notice we don't live in a post-racial society as we've been taught, and how persuasive systemic racism actually is. Pervasive, not persuasive. Pervasive? Please tell me pervasive systemic racism actually is. What's systemic racism? Please explain to me. They always bring up this that black people are in jail more. So then I bring up black people commit more crime. Then they say, yeah, well, they just get convicted more for stuff like pot crimes. Okay, that's true. But then you have to take, like, population per capita and stuff. Like, let's look at Chicago. The death rates there are insane, and it's predominantly black people killing each other. Are those deaths not real? Should those guys who kill people not go to jail? Just because some guy that's white got off for a crime and then another black guy went to jail for the same crime doesn't make that black guy innocent. It just means the white guy may have had a better lawyer or whatnot, or there wasn't as much evidence. Of course there's biases and stuff, but it goes deeper than that. Does nobody remember the O.J. Simpson trial where he basically just got off for being black? And that one of the jury members actually got up and did a Black Panther, like, Black Pride thing? I mean, you guys fucking kidding me? There's bias all over the place. If you reversed it and black people were doing the same, they would be biased towards black people. It's just shown throughout the world. People are biased to their own group. I'm sorry that the majority of America is white, so there probably is this bias there. But you're not going to get rid of that. Explaining it and pointing it out to people is not getting rid of it. The way to fix it is to lower crime overall in the black community, to fix the family, to bring fathers back, to get them to stay with their kids and these mothers, to not be living in poverty, to not be in a broken home, so they will avoid crime. Maybe to take away programs like welfare that give them no incentive to work hard, or things like affirmative action. What do you talk about people of color? There's really no systemic racism like you pretend, because Asians do better than white people do in this country. Asians make more money and do better on education. Where's the racism for Asians? Like, oh, it's just black people. We were in a war with fucking Japan. I mean, you're acting like we never had any bullshit with AIDS. I mean, what are you talking about? So it's only systemic towards black people? Asians don't suffer this? Jews don't suffer all these other people? I mean, even the Latino population doesn't seem to bitch like black people do. It's really weird that it's always like, oh, systemic racism. Where? It seems to me that if a black man could be president, then what's the systemic racism? What the fuck is it? If he is the system, and they're like, oh, that doesn't eliminate... It pretty much does eliminate your argument. You just don't want your argument to be eliminated that easily. It's like, well, if the highest position of power can go to a person of color, what argument does the system have? All the positions of power you can have in this country, for the most part, have had someone that was of another color. America's a melting pot where you're supposed to have American culture with different races. We're not multicultural. We're not about multiculturalism. We're not trying that experiment. So when you have that where everyone's the same culture, race gets taken out of it most of the time, and it's really just who has the best charisma, who can talk the best. Barack Obama spoke better than Hillary Clinton. He beat her in an election. Same way Donald Trump did. The skin color had nothing to do with it. You guys don't care about that, because that kills your narrative of racism being everywhere, because you can never ask the black community to work on themselves at all, that maybe they let themselves down. It has to be white people's fault. Oh, give us slavery reparations. It's like, it really pisses me off that I had ancestors die in the Civil War to free you, and you're asking me to give you free fucking money for something that you never had to go through because you feel like you still suffer from it. What are you bitching about? You're better off than most people in the world by living in this country, you ignorant assholes. And that is not racism. That is me insulting people for criticizing other people for their issues. That applies to everyone. It's these feminists. Oh, it's sexism. Oh, it's racism. Oh, it's this or that. It's men, 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 men. Oh, it's patriarchy. No, quit bitching. It's you. Most of the time your problems have to do with you. Grow up. You just don't want those feelings to stop you from taking action. This starts with not running away from the racism that exists both within yourself and your communities. Within yourself? Oh, I'm a racist. Okay. Instead, it means acknowledging it, and that it is a painful process. I love this SJW concept that everyone's already racist and sexist, and you have to open your mind up. You have to get woke to this concept. Like, you have to red pill, but it's the blue pill for sexism. You know how moronic this stuff sounds? I mean, it's cringe. It's laughable. A training camp to get rid of your toxic whiteness? Holy shit. That is fucked up. If you did that with any other race, like, here's a toxic blackness, get rid of your toxic gay. That's basically what you're talking about. This starts with not running away from racism, yeah. With our unique compassionate activism approach, your very unique approach is just like every other talking point that's on every other website like this, sure. You can learn how to hold that pain of racism in a way that's healing and comes from a place of love and justice. That way, you become increasingly free to take action against white supremacy from a sense of wholeness and shared humanity. Actually, you'll do absolutely nothing, but okay. This is from Lenore. Healing from toxic whiteness provides white anti-racists with crucial missing tools for the most challenging aspect of our work. I love they say white anti-racist, like that's a proud thing to have. You have to tell yourself, I'm an anti-racist? Wow, you're so brave. You're against racism? Oh my god. How enlightened are you? And it's weird. It seems like they didn't come to this conclusion until they were at a certain age in their life, like they were racist before. Navigating our own emotional reactions when confronted with the realities of white supremacy. These tools help us to work through our knee-jerk tendency to reject ourselves or other white people when we encounter how racism operates through us. With these tools, we could take on one of our most crucial responsibilities to engage in productive dialogue with those who knowingly or unknowingly defend white supremacy. This program has helped me to become a more effective change agent by becoming more accepting of what is within me and around me. So, a lot of people just want to hold their culture here. They want to keep Western culture that they believe in and they love. That's a lot of what people want. It's not about skin color. It's about the culture and what they want to hold on. You guys think it's all about race or gender. It's really not. It's ideas that people cling on to. America is built off ideas for the most part, and especially in today's world, we're seeing this stuff get more to. If you guys didn't bring up race all the time, I mean, this is just race baiting to make white people feel like they're fucking racist and shit. This is annoying. I mean, you're not saying anything intellectual, enlightening. I don't know if anything you're saying here is backed up at all by any kind of academic science or any kind of maybe sociology on some level. But a lot of this sounds like projection and bullshit that you're making up. Only you notice just how insidious and ingrained racism really is, and how often you find yourself unintentionally upholding it. It could feel like your whole worldview is being shaken. I've never had that issue too, but I'm not a crazy person like you, lady. As you think about what you can personally do to address racism, you may find yourself wrestling with questions like, how can I make sure I don't actually say something that's racist and hurt people I care about? I know I need to speak up against racism more. No, you don't. But when does speaking up cross the line into speaking over people of color? Oh, Jesus Christ. So you're telling us to talk about it, but we can't talk about it if we're talking over people of color? Jesus. So as long as only minority groups get to talk about things, there's never going to be really an objective way to look on this. Because really think about that. If you're only letting one group say anything about this, if you're like, hey, atheists can't criticize Christianity, only Christians can talk about Christianity, then Christianity would have never got mocked so much and really be like going down in popularity how it has so recently, which could be a good or bad thing, honestly, for American culture. I don't know. We'll have to see the results of that in the end run. I'm not so sure that a completely secular country is even the best thing. I still think you need to keep some of those ideas of religion, not like practice it, but just there is something to be said about keeping traditions, I guess, about keeping certain cultures that do show value and progress in humanity. These things do not. Shaming white people for their racism does not make white people feel better, and it doesn't help black people, actually. It just helps there be no progress. It just takes us back and ignores, like, well, we're not in a post-racial society because of Trump. What a simplistic thing to say. I feel so guilty about having white privilege, but am I really willing to give up that privilege? Do I even know what that means? How are you going to give up your white privilege if you have it? You can't get rid of it. You'd have to stop being white. So you can't. How do I deal with the fact that I'm scared to talk to other white people about racism when they often get really angry at me? Well, because they should get angry at you. I'm getting angry. What you're writing's stupid and insulting. I have black friends that would laugh at this shit. This is laughable. Wait, then do white people need to do fully engage in anti-racism work? For white people to truly engage in anti-racism work, I love that, anti-racism work. Isn't that just not being a racist? I thought that was what a lot of us did. First, they must engage with their unconscious conditioning to think and act in racist ways. Meanwhile, this woman's trying to condition you in her way. This is like a cult, like take an online class where we lie to you. I mean, this is reminding me of Scientology right now. The stuff I've read about Scientology. This is so cultish. Like, she's trying to brainwash you and think, like, I have to recondition you into the way of this god, the Scientology of L. Ron Hubbard. Okay, while white people are not inherently or inevitably racist, they are all raised in societies built on systemic racism and have been bombarded since birth with conflicting messages that teach them to think and act in racist ways that personally benefit them at the expense of communities of color. I wasn't taught that, but okay, what's the evidence of this? Can you explain to me what these are? Believe that being racist is one of the worst things you can be in order to scare them from acknowledging the racism inside of them. Wait, so don't teach kids that racism's a terrible thing because it avoids them acknowledging that they're racist and they have racism inside of them? I don't agree with that point either. That sounds like really, really fucking bad advice. Hey, listen, don't tell people that killing people's really bad because then they can acknowledge the murderer inside of them. Not notice how our society is structured so that white people are seen as full human beings and treated as normal, while people of color are seen as stereotypes and treated as less than. Yeah, of course, it's not like you've been stereotyping white people in the white experience this entire time and started a class for toxic whiteness. Yeah. That's fine. That means the question needs to shift from am I a racist to how will I work towards undoing the racism I was raised and have internalized. Oh, internalized misogyny or racism. Isn't it beautiful? The SJWs, they just make shit up because they can't, like, prove to you what they're talking about. So they go, no, it's just internalized inside of you. You just don't know yet. Oh, okay. I'll go with that pseudo idea that you have there. It's some pseudoscience bullshit. I know everyone has cognitive dissonance and there's a bias that people have, but this isn't how it is, people. She's really reading into it. The desire to not be racist is not enough by itself to stop someone from being racist? Okay. By being conscious of your own conditioning, you will be able to choose whether or not to continue to do as you've been taught or to act in accordance with the value of justice and humanity. So I'm supposed to act the way that you teach me, not the way that my parents taught me or that I found on my own? Alright. This can be painful and disruptive process, but the only way out is through. What will you gain? Yeah, I'd love to know what I'm gaining from this online training program. I love is based on the compassionate activism approach and is designed to teach you the very healing practices the white supremacy and other forms of systemic oppression desperately don't want you to have. Through the online training program, you'll be able to identify the pain that's behind your resistance and struggle to take action for racial justice. Give your pain the gentle, loving care and attention it deserves while holding the space for others to do the same. Get back all the time and energy you normally spend on feeling confused, anxious, and angry with yourself and others around racism and direct them towards taking action instead. Stop being scared of discovering how you've been harmful and welcome the opportunity to hold yourself accountable in order to restore loving justice. Once again, if they listed these same things for black people, like, just don't, grow up in this gangster thug culture where rappers are telling you to go do this and don't think you have to go out there and be a gay. It'd be a really fucked up thing to write. I don't think I should write that, but writing it for white people is just as fucked up. That you have to learn to be a good person. I have to train you to fight your racism. Who are you to decide that? What makes you what makes you God? Engage in dialogue with other people without letting fear drive you. Help other white people transform their ignorance and defensiveness into greater consciousness and motivation to act in the solidarity with people of color. I joined Healing from Toxic Whiteness because I wanted to act against real racial injustice, but felt frustrated because that felt so theoretical to me. Yeah, because it's stupid, lady. This program has opened my eyes to the racism around me and in me, and has allowed me to let go of my sense of guilt, entitlement, and all that goes along with toxic whiteness. I can now be closer to others, including people of color, because I am being my real self, and that has been such a gift. I'm glad that it took you this long in your life to be a real person so you could be friends with black people. Most of us figured that out pretty early in life, but I'm glad you figured it out. How the online program works. Activism isn't one size fits all, and neither is the program. Everyone's time and capacity and engagement style is different, so here's how we've built this program to fit in your schedule. They have 10 video modules, 10 weeks of in-depth video-based content with transcripts to help you integrate the approach into your life. Supporting materials, they have reading, exercises, and guided visualization supplement the video training sessions. Private Facebook group. Oh, they have a private Facebook group exclusively for program members to support each other. Oh my god. I would love to see this private Facebook group. Like, please help me. I was fighting my systemic racism today. I saw a black guy and he was in a gas station and I thought he was going to rob the place. Please, guys, you got to help me. Lifetime access. Lifetime access to the modules so you can revisit them as often as you'd like whenever you'd like. Once you enroll, you'll have access to Module 1 of the course, and each week after that, you'll get an email letting you know the next module is ready to be accessed. You can access the modules on Teachable platform at any time from anywhere. Here's a quote from somebody who took it, I guess, Gabriella. Healing from toxic whiteness has helped me to have more productive and genuine interactions with people, especially those who don't share my exact beliefs. Now I'm also able to better care for myself and more effectively navigate my own path towards an anti-racist existence. Wow, to live in an anti-racist existence. How good for you. Once again, wow. Wow. I still stand up for my values, but it is now from a place of greater wholeness, openness, and stability. Curriculum. Drawing up mindfulness and other Buddhist practices, this compassionate activism program is broke out into 10 modules released weekly. Module 1, a framework on how white supremacy emotionally harms white people. Module 2, the cynical journey of healing from privilege. Mindfulness exercises, self-accountability and radical education, humble curiosity and gentle mindfulness. This all sounds like hippie crap. Costs and logistics. Let's see what it costs. So there is a price. The online social justice training program costs only $97. This inclusive fee gives you access to. I love how they say only costs $97. You get the 10 weekly modules, the training videos, a private Facebook group, lifetime access, and free access to all content stuff. So for $100, you basically get to join a Facebook group and they send you videos to tell you that to teach you to not be a racist. $100. People sign up for this? Oh my god, what a scam this stuff is. This is a crock of shit. Refund policy. The program comes with a 15-day money-back guarantee. I should sign up and just get my money back before that, just so I can see what's in this thing. Oh my god. The quotes from the people that are in it are amazing. I want to extend an enormous amount of gratitude to the Everyday Feminism team for my healing from toxic whiteness journey. I emerged with a newfound confidence to talk about racial justice within white communities from a place of non-attachment and dedicated service. You paid $100 for this shit? Oh my god. Payment options and scholarships? Installment plan for people who need to pay in 3 monthly payments for $33 each. Scholarships for people with limited financial means. Click here to apply for a They have scholarships for it. Oh my god. Donations. Who is the program for? This online training program was created for white people who understand that white privilege and racism are serious problems and are committed to building a more just, loving, and equitable world. And they're tired of witnessing the daily manifestations of white supremacy within and around them and want to do something about them. Are ready to do the emotional work necessary to get to the next level in their social justice journey. Like there's levels to being a social justice warrior. You gotta level up. Once again, that's a Scientology thing too. There's like the levels. Like they're trying to get you to that Tom Cruise level of anti-racism. Is this only for white people? This program is open to people of color, but the focus will be on white people's racial experience of white supremacy. Are you saying that white people are inherently toxic? What do you mean by toxic whiteness? Similar to toxic masculinity, toxic whiteness is something that was created by white supremacy and done to white people. Do you have any proof of this? Toxic whiteness is not inherent to white people. However, white people are unconsciously conditioned to perpetuate and be complicit with white supremacy while not even realizing it. Once again, do you have proof of this? This is Milo Stewart stuff. I need evidence. And while white people materially and socially benefit from racism, they are also emotionally harmed by it. Once again, I'd like some proof, which is rarely discussed and therefore makes it harder for white people to realize how they're being manipulated by systemic racism. I'm not going to ask for proof because apparently you're not going to give any. You're just going to write this stuff out like it's a fact. That's why it's important for white people to free themselves from this toxic whiteness in order to begin developing an anti-racist white identity. You mean just being a non-racist person is white? Why is the anti-racism program centered on white people and their feelings? It's not appropriate for white people to center their emotional struggles with racism in cross-racial spaces with people of color present. Oh my god! That's so fucked up. She's telling you not to talk to black people and stuff. What about the healing that people of color need? People of color definitely deserve and need support with healing from the trauma of white supremacy. That's why we first offered our compassionate activism program, Healing from Marginalization. Since we wish to stop the need for that healing in the first place, we expanded our programs to include the ones that support white people in fighting against racism. Meet the trainers. Sandra Kim, lead trainer and founder of Everyday Feminism. Oh, Sandra Kim. Well, if you found Everyday Feminism, I don't want you teaching me a damn thing. Your website's garbage. Dara Silverman, support trainer and racial justice organizer. Oh my god. All right, well that's about it. I mean, this video went on way longer. I didn't know there was going to be so much there. There's a lot more. I'll put a link in the description so you guys can read more. Basically, Everyday Feminism came up with this program to scam you to pay them $100, where they lie to you with this pseudoscience that has no basis in reality. They're basically just going to give you a really bullshit, like, crappy college lecture. Not even college. It's probably going to be high school level. They're going to send you these videos like, and I guarantee you every point's just going to be like Lacey Green videos, BuzzFeed videos, any of those videos. And it's just for SJWs. It's just for people who already believe in that stuff. There's no point in it. It's just a scam. It's not going to change anyone. It's not going to make someone like me like believe in their ideology now. So this is a waste of money, time, and effort. And it's beautiful because they seem to think it's really deep and encouraging and wonderful. When I saw the price tag, I couldn't believe it. Oh my god, this shit isn't even worth $10. I feel like they should pay me for reading this frickin' article. Oh my god. Toxic whiteness program? Send the white people to the camps, damn you. Alright, here's some quick updates anyway. So some of my videos are getting unmonetized because of YouTube's new bullshit system. I've had like 4 videos unmonetized. They're under review, and they were just about the women's march and stuff. Nothing really that offensive in them. But of course, because I was criticizing it, that's considered not advertiser friendly. Sure. That sucks. I've been trying to get in touch with other YouTubers to talk, but there's a little secret for you guys on YouTube. When you have a smaller channel like mine, when you have like 2,300 subs, and you try to message another channel or anyone else that even has like 10,000 subs, they don't want to work with you. They think you're just trying to whore for hits. Which I guess I could see, but it does kind of suck because I wanted to do a collaboration with a Hard Bastard. He did reply to me in DMs on Twitter. I told him what I wanted to do, and he never got back to me. That's basically what happened with that. He did, I give him credit, he did message me and get a hold of me after I tried to contact him, but once I told him how to add subscribers, he didn't get back to me. So even the smaller guys like him who have 17,000 subscribers, they don't want to talk to a 2,300 channel, unless you're friends with the people already. And I'm not criticizing, like, Hard Bastard for that. That's his choice. I'm not, like, saying, like, he's an asshole. I'm just saying, I'm probably not going to get to collaborate or talk to these other YouTubers about my videos getting them monetized and stuff because they don't want to talk to smaller channels. They don't give a fuck. They claim they do when they're on Twitter and stuff, but no 100,000 channel's going to talk to me. They only do when it's like a roaming millennial situation where it's a hot girl that Lacey Green attacks. They don't care about dear old Pat Ryerke over here, which is fine. I have you guys, and we'll build our own little patriarchy world, and we'll get it big, and then when they want to collaborate with us, I will welcome them in and let them come and talk to you guys. But yeah, sorry about that. I know some of you wanted me to collaborate with people. I've been trying, but like I said, other YouTubers don't seem to give a fuck. I've even contacted some people that have like 5,000 subscribers and they won't even get back to me. I don't know what the deal is. It seems like nobody wants to make a video on this channel. Maybe I'm hated in the skeptic community. Who knows? Anyway, this is the patriarchy. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please help support this channel. It's very rough right now with the unmonetization. They might unmonetize all of my videos. I have a minds.com account now. Please go there and subscribe and watch the videos there. Follow me on Twitter. Watch the podcast, Patriarchal Bastards. And as always, go fuck yourselves. And do it for me. Do it for the patriarchy. Fuck yourself real good.